we are recapping June. So Paul, tell us what's happening.
Kate, June was a huge month both for 3 Advance and for Apple and everybody else across the tech world. First up, our new website went live. It's incredible. Finally, this has been in the works. Yeah, it's been in the works for what, like 9 or 10 months? It's so hard working on your own thing while we're producing projects and apps and websites and everything else for everyone else. But we finally launched our own homepage. Website's live at 3advance.com. So please check it out. Let us know what you think of it. I'm super proud of it. Kate, what do you think? Do you like it?
It's amazing. Kieran absolutely crushed it. So good.
That's right. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And as well as that, we've had a bunch of different launches this month. We started off with No Way. That's an app that uses behavioral analysis for weight loss. It's a spectacular app, went live in both the App Store and Google Play at the start of the month. And then earlier this week, Bene Tipping. That's a cashless tipping platform. The apps and the management system and everything that goes with it went live on Monday, and that was a huge achievement, particularly specifically because it was a migration from their currently active and working and incredible initial MVP that they built out. We had to migrate their users, transfer everything across, and it's been a great success. They're up and running. It was exciting to see all the orders come through this week, and yeah, we did it. And big ups to Darren, Kane, and the rest of the team over there and made it happen. It's a fantastic achievement. So, we launched our own website. We've seen all these other apps go live in June too. And, July is looking similar. We got a couple of things on the horizon too, but we will talk about those in a few more weeks maybe.
Yes, super awesome. So, Paul, what's going on with Apple? I heard Tim Cook released something pretty cool.
Back to the news, that's right. The start of the month was WWDC. That's Apple's developer conference where they unveiled the Vision Pro finally. Kate, you and I have talked about this for so long, right? The goggles, they've arrived. What do you think? Do you like them?
Yes, but they're actually cool. So I'm super excited. I love to see this.
Yeah, it's some spectacular hardware. As a techie, the thing that stands out to me is eyesight. That's totally. Basically, it's using cameras and sensors both within the goggles and outside to analyze what you're looking at and even predict what you're going to click or what you want to click. So it helps you focus on the correct item or navigation element in your purview. And that could be AR, that's augmented reality, and virtual reality, which they didn't really mention that term, but it also does that. But you'll be able to bring up apps in front of you in your natural environment. So see apps basically in 3D all around you. And it's a spectacular concept. And I think for Apple, they're the ones who can do this best. So I think we'll see over the next year, a lot of developers jump in and start building things. I think it's an uphill battle. These goggles are still some beautiful technology, but they're still bulky and heavy, and you got to carry around a battery everywhere you go. So it's not like they've solved everything. I still think it's very much a V1, where those who want to spend a lot of money, that's $3,500, to be a beta tester, to prove the concept, and obviously for developers to create some new apps. So I think the Apple apps will be the first things that we play around in there, and we'll sort of take it from there. Hopefully some developers can jump in and start building some incredible things. We're already considering building out some of our educational apps on the platform, but we're a little bit away from that yet. But it's the future. It's going to happen one way or another. It's just a matter of whether or not this is the time or it's going to take a hell of a lot longer.
Yeah. Wow. That's so crazy. I think I'm going to wait for V5. Please.
We'll see. Yeah, as I say, amazing tech, but it's also a little bit strange and creepy. I think there was one clip of a father, collecting a 3D memory, and the memory he was playing back in 3D that looked amazing, but you can just imagine the family enjoying their real moment, and dad's hanging out with his huge goggles with fake eyes. I don't know. It's still lovely tech, but it still leaves a lot to be desired. So it might take a V2, V3, V4 before this thing really is suitable for the masses.
Totally. Well, can't wait.
So Kate, what about Paul? The Beatles? You tell me about Paul McCartney, or Sir Paul McCartney. What's going on over there?
Yeah, this is super cool. So the Beatles, they're making a comeback with the help of AI. So Paul McCartney is using AI to finish the final Beatles track. And it's really cool because they're extracting John Lennon's vocals from a mysterious demo tape called For Paul to complete the song, which is super, super cool. It's like music magic. But it does raise some ethical questions around, whether or not we want to, potentially affect the reputation of a deceased artist, which I completely understand. But it is a really big deal that Paul McCartney is supporting AI, and the Beatles were always ahead of their time. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Now they're immortal. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. It's going to happen across the board, though. I think we're going to see in the next few years artists using AI to create new versions of their work that they haven't directly written, but that's presumed from using generative AI to scan and analyze the work that they've already done and piece together what I guess the AI engine expects them to create. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. We're going to get some successful then lazy artists that are still able to create, works that are, up to the same standard that they've already created. So this will happen. It's scary in some ways. It's a threat to art. Personally, I think art is ever changing, and I think AI will open up more things that it will shut down. It will shut down and close down some of the simple things that are happening. But I think we're going to see in the next 5 or 10 years an explosion in new art. And what is art other than to make you think? And I think we're going to see some things that we could not even imagine right now as a result of this huge technical, move, this switch, this evolution, this overnight huge change. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll enjoy it. We'll try not to be too pessimistic or scared. We'll take the benefits and hopefully we'll survive the threats.
Totally. Yeah, no, I'm excited. All right, Paul. So Google, they strike again. What was going on here?
That's right. So one of the stories in our latest newsletter was about the YouTube gaming platform that they're basically bringing games to YouTube, and they're going to be calling it playables. So they're bringing in the ability to play games in reaction to and in response to some of the videos, and they're trying to take advantage of the huge audience on YouTube and finally convert a lot of those users into gamers or bring more gamers in. Now it seems a little like one of the products that they shut down a couple of years ago called Stadia. And then, a couple of weeks ago, again, it's funny, Google bring out this new product platform, and we don't know whether it's a, flash in the pan or it's here for good. We talked about Apple's Vision Pro. We did lose, Google Glass many years ago. We lost Stadia, and now we have playables. And then a couple of weeks ago, they've now started shutting down Google domains. Now,
that is crazy. I can't believe.
It doesn't seem to make much sense to me. I think this would have been a great platform for them to hang on to, but they just mustn't have had the success with it, or mustn't have matched the long-term business plan. But they are selling Google domains to Squarespace. So, they're trying to, Squarespace are buying it obviously to try and acquire users so that people will use Squarespace. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to use Squarespace, why would you be anywhere near it? So our advice, by the way, is like, if you have domains on Google Domains, to get them out of there. Move them to Cloudflare. Go to cloudflare.com. It's or continue to use GoDaddy, but GoDaddy has its own issues. I won't get into that. We love Cloudflare. We don't use it just to register domains, but we also use it for handling DNS, cyber threats. It offers a layer of security on top of your website and web services that is basically almost an insurance policy for growth, an insurance policy for success, to get in there early and start using Cloudflare. So I think get used to Cloudflare, register your domains over there, and use that as a stepping stone to take advantage of other things Cloudflare offers. So that's where I'd leave it. And as for Google's going to Google. They're going to do what they do.
Mm-hmm. They're all about the money.
We'll see. They're also, I think, they're talking about, the VR goggles, and you think with Apple, digging in and finally announcing their goggles, Google are staying clear. They are not doing the Google Glass thing again. They're actually pushing that off to the other third-party vendors like Samsung, HTC, and all those companies that create phones. Google want them to create the technology and invest in the technology. So Google are really, I think, and Alphabet, the parent company, is really looking at how they spend money, and trying to figure out what their next phase of growth is, and it doesn't seem to be the hardware. Certainly, when it comes to doesn't seem to be hardware or the domains, we'll say.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, Apple's going to perfect it, so I think that makes sense.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. I think I'm excited to use the Apple goggles, but we're still a year away. They say early next year. Who knows? We're still a year away from actually showing up. So who knows if Apple are really going to get it right? Looks good, kind of, but we'll see.
Are you going to get them, Paul?
We'll probably get them, Kate. Research.
R&D.
That's right.
Very cool. Well, this was a great month, Paul. Looking forward to July. Lots more to come.
Absolutely,
and
Kate.
We'll see you soon.
Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.